the next movie, Gone Girl, was another book adaptation, obviously. Did you ever read Gone Girl, Harry?
Yeah, loved
The
Gone
book?
Girl. Yeah, loved it.
Yeah, I'm not much of a reader, so I never actually read it, but I've obviously seen the movie.
Yeah, I'm very much like this is a lame thing to say. I think the book is much better than the movie.
I've heard that from so many people. I don't
Okay,
think that's
cool.
a hot take.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm assuming you're asking me what I think about the movie. Oh, the movie's. I love the movie though. Like
Not a
that.
book podcast, so we will not talk about the book,
Okay,
but
cool.
I just was curious if you had read it because I have
Yeah,
not, but I've heard for years and years and years from friends to read it. So,
yeah. It's the book's unreal. Like I read the book before I watched the movie, which was the perfect way to read that book because
mhm.
it does like it's very there's a couple things that are different in the book. It's nothing major, but the moment of when it's just like I am dead, but I am alive. You're like, holy shit! It's like one of the
Mhm.
greatest twists I've ever read.
I can
Um,
imagine reading that for the first time had to have been so unreal.
yeah, it was so good. But yeah, so for the film, I think it's brilliant. I like it a lot more than a lot of people think that this movie is very average. A lot of people love it, but a lot of people think this movie is really average. I think it's better than Fight Club.
It's interesting. I feel like I haven't seen that. I
Really?
feel like I've seen the opposite. I feel like at least people I interact with on like Letterboxd and stuff, I feel like I see this as like people's number two or number three,
Okay, good.
which surprises me a little bit, but I guess I just watched it so much later. Like I just watched this for the first time this year,
Oh
which I know is
wow.
kind of rare. Most people have seen it. Obviously, it came out almost 10 years ago. I'm super late to the game, and I know that. So I don't know if I just lost too much time, so I wasn't as connected to it. But I adore it. I think it's fantastic. And I think that Rose, oh my
Rosamund
gosh, what
Pike.
am I blanking on her?
Rosamund Pike.
Yeah, her. Sorry, did
No,
not have, I had
you're
it
cool.
ready in my brain, but I just the words couldn't come out.
No, you're good. You're good.
She's fantastic here, and I personally think that she's the best performance, but I think people would probably disagree with me and think that Ben Affleck is
No way.
amazing.
She
I've
dominates.
seen people
No.
say that like he has an amazing performance here, and I don't know. I like Ben Affleck, but his performances all kind of blend together for me
Nah,
personally. I just don't.
I agree with you. I think Rosamund Pike dominates in this film. I love Ben Affleck as an actor. I think he's miscast in this. That's my personal opinion. Because reading the
Yeah,
book, you're supposed to hate Nick from the get go. You're like for the first half of the movie, you're supposed to think that he fucking did it. And you don't because you're like, oh wait, it's Ben Affleck. Yeah, I like Ben Affleck.
he's too likable. I just feel like he doesn't have that like. Yeah, I think he was miscast. I do like him as an actor, but I think it has to be very specific roles for me personally. So that did take me out of it sometimes.
Yeah,
But I still think it's an amazing thriller. And I obviously didn't read the book, so I didn't know what the big aha moment was. And magically, I haven't had it spoiled for me over the last 10 years
oh, that's
somehow, some way.
nuts.
So I was actually able to enjoy it, which I'm really, really happy about. And yeah, I really didn't like the college student story, like side story.
Yeah,
That really, I just think that was really tacky and really overdone, like sleeping with a student. I don't know. I just thought that was really lame.
yeah.
Um,
It was a bit
Other than that, I thought
stereotypical.
everything else was, yeah, like come on.
Yeah,
But yeah, and of course they get like, this hot chick and it's like you can't resist this college chick. I don't know, it just feels a little overdone,
to
in
his
my
defense,
opinion.
it
But I
was Emily Ratajkowski. Yeah, she was Emily
right.
Ratajkowski.
I understand, Harry. I understand.
Okay, okay. All right.
But yeah, I thought that was a little bit like, eh.
Yeah,
But
it's very
I thought she was a badass character. Rose. God, why am I blanking on her name? What was it? One more time.
Rosamount Pike.
Rosamund Pike. Okay, that's a tough one. That's a mouthful. But yeah, she played
Good old
Amy.
Pike.
So
Good old Pike. She
I'm
got
gonna just call
nominated.
her Rosa. Rosa Pike.
All right, fine. But she got
But yeah, she was
nominated.
fantastic. She did or didn't.
She did, yeah. She got nominated
She
for
did
Best
not win.
Actress.
Though.
No. She did not win.
Yeah, I think she definitely deserved that. I think that she had to play, I feel like so many different versions of Amy that I feel like that alone, like she was playing like seven different people all in one movie,
Yeah,
is kind of how it felt towards the end.
yeah. Oh man, I love
But
this movie. This movie's great. It's so fucking
it's a
good.
great one. Yeah.
Better than Fight
Yeah,
Club.
I definitely get it now. I'm glad I finally watched it. But interestingly enough, you jump forward from this movie. There's a pretty big gap in films, but I did want to shout out just really, really briefly Mindhunter. David Fincher
Yes,
directed 2 seasons of this amazing show that I will never get over the fact that it's done
it's
and
done.
not
Yeah,
coming back. Not over it, never will be. But I did just want to shout that out because that is one of my favorite series that Netflix did. I think
Ash,
it's so, so well done.
it's insane that you've watched Mindhunter but not True Detective. Because it's like, I love
Yeah.
Mindhunter. I do. It's like a 9 out of 10 to True Detective's 10 out of 10. Like, it's like, if you
I
like
will
that
watch it.
movie, you will love True Detective. Yeah.
I
Oh,
love detective or like cop or like, different mysteries. So I'm sure I'll love it. But I just wanted to give a little shout out to that because that happened between Gone Girl and Mank, which was the next film.